I don't think I ever seen Snow White. But but now supposedly this is true. So this is breaking news. And the reason it's so big, not like, yeah, they fired her. She said some mean stuff. Nobody gives a fuck. I tell you the truth, I made jokes, comments years ago. I mean, a year ago. Remember, if you know what I'm talking about, the Rachel Ziegler, weird when they first started filming. They announced it. She's like, yeah, well, it's not Snow White. Ain't gonna be some chick, waiting on Prince Charming to come save her. She's gonna be this and that, blah 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 blah. And then weird, like, whatever. And it's almost like I predicted this. Cause it was a joke. It was just a joke. Feminist or whatever. I was like, you know what? Because I know she's a new actress and she running her mouth. Like, oh shit, it's gonna be some shit with this bitch be on the side of Hollywood Boulevard, for $20. It was a joke. It was a joke. It was nasty fine for real. I was like, oh shit, that bitch goes, be some shit next year or 2 years. And it's not even, oh, she hurt our feelings. It's just, look, I don't have to watch her act or this and that. It's like, I'm pretty sure I know she's not, whatever she thinks she is, talented actress. She ain't no Jodie Foster or something like that. So she's not gonna play in something that we all remember forever. We're talking about Silence of the Lambs or whatever. But Sarah Connor, that's it. What's her real name? But whatever. And then that's another thing. She is like, oh, Snow White's not gonna be waiting on some prince. It's like, so just make a whole new movie. The make up something. Don't change Snow White. This is like, what is this? Snow White warrior princess? Xena warrior. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she's strong and she's a leader of the seven. So what is it, like Snow White and her, and they all do kung fu and this and that and beat up men. It's like what? But supposedly she said some shit. That's what I talked about it last night, right? Because I wasn't defending her. I was saying though, the only thing I took to the dude who was doing the video, he was like, "Oh, she's on the clock." I'm like, "No, that's break time. Don't for us who worked jobs, construction, whatever. Break time is break time. You're not on the clock, even if it's only 15 or 10 minutes. If you want to waste your time instead of sitting down and grabbing a snack, but you want to waste your time texting or that's on you. But what she got in trouble for is what she said. And, she even said, I got to get back on stage. So supposedly I ain't even watch it yet. So this will be like the first woke person in recent, or period. She might be the first woke person ever to get fired. Usually it's right wing, conservative get fired for, saying something. No, that's racist. That's racist. This is like groundbreaking. He says this. I haven't watched it. Says it's official. 46 minutes ago. So she made history as because really, remember that shit started, like 10 years ago. Oh, racist. He said something racist against black folks or this and that or phobish. She is like the first woke person, leftist Democrat to get fired because they're protected. They can say whatever they want. You can call white people racist. You're a racist if you're not a Democrat. You can call black people Uncle Toms or sellouts if they're a Republican, right? All of that. You can do whatever. You can call a Latino a sellout to their race if they're a Republican. Whatever. You can call everybody this and that, and nothing happens because you're fighting injustice. So let's let it play.
Now that we are in the final final months of 2024, what looms for us in 2025 is going to be, quite frankly, very interesting, because we know that a lot of studios right now, not all, but a lot of them are beginning to back off on their ideology, on their overall agenda. Whether or not that actually is going to stick or is going to actually stay the way that it is right now is really a question up for grabs. We know that a lot of studios are getting a lot of flack, they're getting a lot of backlash, especially when it comes to PR disasters, one of which has a lot to do with the Walt Disney Company.
All right, now before this, I'm gonna say what's going on. Remember, I saw this video. Damn, I should have saved it, but there was a video and I can't find. I type it in, and can't find it. It explained why none of the companies, Disney, Bud Light, Budweiser, or Anheuser-Busch, or whatever you want, why they're not worried about, why they wasn't worried about the boycotts. And really, a lot of times, it wasn't even a boycott. You just forget about them. Okay, I'm not going. So technically, it's a boycott, but really, you just okay. Shit, you talking shit to me? It's just like a ex. You just forget about them. But so it wasn't even on purpose. I'm not going until they change. It's like you forgot about them forever. But they explained they wasn't worried. They was worried about that social credit score, that New World Order globalist shit. So if they're fight, that means this shit is broken up, I would think. And then now they got to go back to being a regular business and getting the money from sales instead of the globalists stealing the taxpayer monies from every country, and all that shit from the green shit, taxing if you use the carbon footprint. All these companies like shit, we got to get money for real now. That's probably what's happening.
Dealing with the whole Rachel Zegler situation, as well as other studios dealing with Rachel Zegler.
You can't diss the customers no more like it was always used to be. Customers are always right. And like I said, most customers, majority of us, we're not assholes, because that means you get banned, because you're like the minority being an asshole to the workers. The rest of us, we're cordial. So we come back and we're welcome to keep coming back and patronizing. So that's why the customer was always right. They tried to change that. It's racism and classism and elitism. Yeah, I think no. If you work here and don't want to work here, move up in your life. Get training so you ain't got to work here no more. Right? And get a better job. If you don't like customer service. These motherfuckers flying all these damn airplanes.
As an actress. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. So I've said this numerous times. I think that a lot of these actors and actresses that really try to shoehorn their message into their careers is not the right move. It's best to leave politics out of your social media, out of your acting or acting, career path, if you will, whether it's an actor that's already established or one that is trying to climb up the ladder. It's best to leave your overall views out of that and just act. That's why you actually are in that actual business. But what's interesting here has a lot more to do with Rachel Zegler. Now, then we all know that she actually had a lot of backlash in recent days after she made a lot of political statements that completely backfired. And this isn't the, thing that Rachel Zegler did for the first time. She's done things like this numerous times that got her in a lot of trouble with other studios. And what's interesting here has a lot to do with the most recent studio that decided to actually throw Rachel Zegler away and fire her from a quote-unquote trilogy. Let's get into this, shall we? Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about this is that with the entire film industry and the media now in complete panic for the past week and a half, some studios of which have made massive changes behind the scenes, while others are still doubling down on their agenda. Now, one major development that is now active involves actress Rachel Zegler, after she too was fired from a major Hollywood studio after she made some political statements that backfired completely, and how that caught up to her behind the scenes from her new role with Blumhouse Productions. auditions for a brand new horror film slash trilogy that she was recently fired from quickly after the backlash for Rachel went viral. It turns out that Blumhouse has been working on their own version of a new horror franchise to compete, get this, against the Scream franchise, something revolutionary that was set to star Rachel Zegler as the main lead for what was best described to be a trilogy of horror films that she was recently fired and removed from, and how Blumhouse is now making a swift move to recast the role as fast as possible that once belonged to Rachel Zegler. Over the past year and a half, Rachel has been removed from various Disney projects as well after she made her comments about Snow White and
I mean, it shouldn't be hard, really. I mean, like, oh, we got to move. Like, what? They're a dime a dozen. No, serious actresses, literally, like they say, go into a restaurant in LA. There's a bitch that went to I don't know how many fucking auditions and probably way better than this Rachel chick serving people for like $16 an hour. And I bet if you're the producer, you can just go and find somebody right now. But like I said, this is a first that, I think, to me it is, that there's this things to come, because usually they let them. But like I said, I told you why. That their social credit score, these corporations, and they was gonna make it that everybody, like I'm talking on the phone now. You got a social, instead of credit card or money, it's your social credit score. Are you a good person? Da da da. To them, and basically it's that fake woke shit. You know, so they and you was going you they could cut you off. That's why they was trying to get, your banks, all that. They gonna cut you off, this and that, for money, and there's gonna be no way to get, the door won't open, because your social credit score, other people, they could walk, like one of them movies, or the TV show, the dystopian future. This won't open for you because your social credit score is low. So you got to do something else. Say this ain't a garbage can. This is where the food is, whatever. Yeah, or the door won't open. Beep, 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 beep. It's a red. It goes red. Everybody else is green because they got a good social credit score. That part is me, exaggerate, but that's what they were trying to go towards.